80th birthday. He's a dad, granddad, great-granddad, a cousin, and a friend to all of us here tonight. Dad was born in 1919, and since that time he's seen the birth of many things that we all take for granted, things like radio, automobiles, airplanes, indoor plumbing, television, and he has even seen the rise and fall of the Edsel. You here know the Edsel? Dad's biggest hobby has always been his drums. He got a set of drums for Christmas when he was 5 years old, and thus began a lifelong love of music. When he was in school, he played in the Boys and Girls Band. After high school, he began playing in various bands in the area. And even after marrying Mom, Dad formed his own band, and Mom sang along as a vocalist. Dad, being an only child, found great love and friendship in his cousin Doris. They shared the same home. Doris lived upstairs, and Dad lived downstairs. So they spent a lot of time together. Doris remembers a little trick of Dad's that he seemed to really pulling on her. He'd run down the stairs ahead of her, hide, and when she came around the corner, he'd punch her in the stomach. Well, one day she got the best of him. One day it made her really mad, so she caught him under the chin. He bit his tongue. So he hollered. So Grandma came out and scolded Doris for picking on poor Dad. Dad enjoyed visiting up at Doris's. Aunt Minnie just attracted kids like a magnet. He and Doris would often go to the movies. Now when they come home from the movies, Dad would grab this old green fedora, and that's a hat to anybody who doesn't know what a fedora is, and a towel, and he'd run upstairs and he'd proceed to act out the entire movie for Aunt Minnie. Now Aunt Minnie, of course, was just hanging on to every word. After high school, Dad was grabbed up by Uncle Sam. He went into the United States Army. He served in the 27th Infantry during World War II with his gun and his drums. They entertained the troops and did some not-so-pleasant duties too. Dad was always real close now without his time in the service. But we were always asking Dad, Dad, how did you get that huge scar on your ear? So Dad would break down and he'd tell us this war story about how this enemy soldier attacked him with a bayonet, darn near cut off his ear. Well, it was only after we were grown up that the truth of the story came out. We learned that Dad, being a partner in the soda pop business, just happened to be there one day when a bottle blew up and sliced his ear. So much for the enemy soldier. Dad also survived more than the war zone overseas. He had to live through the growing up of 5 children. Somehow he did manage to survive Marsha and Carol smuggling home puppies, all of my Ricky Nelson and Elvis records, John getting up late, messing up the entire bathroom schedule. Mind you, we had one bathroom. Earl finding 101 excuses not to go to school. The drowning of how many drums? John and I fighting over my cheerleading socks. But, yeah, I'd wash them, he'd wear them. Wash and wear. The most important, he survived the wrath of Mom's dirty dishes. He must have used those army skills, you know, to dodge those dishes. Every time she got mad. As a young man, Dad liked to frequent bars. Well, one night when he was in the American Legion, his friends took his car, which was a little Chrysler, and they put it up on a park bench. Now, explain that to your wife when you go home. Yeah, honey, I'm late because I couldn't get my car on a park bench. You know, zing, here comes another plane, and here comes another. We all know that Dad is a huge animal lover, but there was one animal that did not appreciate Dad's love. He was a little orange Pomeranian puppy named Tippy. Now, Dad brought home this darling little ball of fur, and he decided he was going to make some money using this dog for studs. Well, what Dad didn't know was Dad's stud days were just about over. As the dog grew up, you couldn't get near Mom. Nobody could get near Mom, night or day. If she was taking a nap, he'd sit outside the door and kitchen with Chef John. Have you ever watched Dad put things away in the refrigerator after a meal? Okay. Carol used to come over to the house with her friend Becky. No, Becky used to go to the house.
I lived there.
Becky used to come over just to get her kicks by watching Dad put stuff away. Because he puts a lid on it. Then he shakes it up. Real good. Then you put it away. We never figured out why he shook it up. What he was listening for, we figured it was a cooking secret of some sort. No, just ask Becky. No, I remember rattling the pan.
Yeah, they did.
Another little bit of trivia about Dad. He's colorblind. Now, when he was little, his mom used to dress him immaculately. He wore suits and ties to school. But after he married Mom had to keep a real close eye on him because he'd come up with some of the outrageous combinations of stripes and plaids. I mean, he fit right in today. He was just ahead of his time. And we can't forget those crazy 4th of July parties at Mardell and Mill Ice House. Just about everybody ended up in the pool. The problem was, it was the one-person kiddie pool. But that didn't stop them. They still had fun. They say life goes a full circle. Well, I believe that to be true. As a young man, Dad dated a young girl by the name of Teresa. They even talked about marriage. Dad went in the service, and their lives drifted apart. They each went their own way and met their own destiny. But as fate would have it, the circle became complete as our lives have once again been joined in companionship. Helen Keller once said, life is either a daring adventure or it is not. I would say John Ging's life has been a daring adventure. And I know I can speak for all of us here tonight when I say that we are all happy to have been part of your daring adventure. We love you, Dad. Happy